Hello, my name is Kaniji Demono. I was taken from my home in 1942 and my job in 1942. I was an architect, a good one at that too, until I got taken away from it. Many of the shopkeepers that owned businesses put on their buildings said, "I am an American." They put this on here because of the disrespect that they got, even though they were American citizens born and raised in the USA. They were disrespected by their own kind. After our shops had been taken away from us, we had to have evacuation sales to sell all of our things. We had to put closing out on there, and we had to put up that we were Japanese on the doors. We were piled onto these buses and taken to the internment camps. Many of us, born and raised in the USA, were taken to these internment camps and betrayed by our own country. We were put onto the buses and taken off, and when we went onto the buses, we could only have one suitcase full of clothes. We had to use those the whole entire time we were at the camp. When we got here, we were assigned to our barracks and had our bags checked for any dangerous weapons. When we got here, we got assigned to our barracks and we saw where we were going to live for God knows how long. When we got to our barracks, we saw how small the space was. Some of us had to live with up to 6 other people and had to live in that small space for however long until the war ended, if not longer. This is what we saw every day when we went outside. All we could see was barracks for a while. The barracks were the same. They had many rooms to them and many people living in them at one time. The outside of the barracks all looked the same. It was like walking up and down a street like you were going around in circles. You kept on seeing the same exact thing over and over again. We couldn't get away from it. We were stuck here forever, it seemed like. Many of our houses got vandalized when we were in camp. When we got back, we noticed that our houses had been vandalized, and we also noticed how much disrespect we had gotten and the names that we have been called. The white Americans got really mad after we got out of camp. They said, "We don't want Japs here anymore." They also said, "If you live here, get out of here if you're a Jap." They hated us and we don't know why. We lived here for our whole life. What did we do to deserve this? All we did was love our country, be loyal to the country we were born in. But just because of our ancestry, we were put into these internment camps, thinking that we might have strong alliances to them and start another Pearl Harbor. Stereotypical. I once heard a man say that it didn't matter. We're all slanted-eyed and look the same. That was his thought. We all are different. We deserve respect. There was so much hatred. It's kind of like we were guilty by association. We didn't do anything to deserve this. We were just part of our ancestors. In 1942, me and the rest of the Japanese Americans finally got to leave the camp. We finally got to go home and actually be treated like real people again.